It's cool.
Damn.
You like my album choice?
Man, listen. Your vinyl collection has been phenomenal. Like you've been you've been collecting them joints like infinity stones, man.
Hey, brother, I'm trying. It was the first one I saw today. Honestly, I walked in, I saw that shit for $10, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the one that got my song on it. And I was like, yes, it is. And I said, give me that. Bow. Hey,
my God.
Yeah, rep your nigga.
Let's just have a good show, okay? Let's just have a good show. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's just have a good show.
You about to learn quick that this was probably the worst decision you made in your life.
Let's just have a good show. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's just have a good show.
Hey, my brother D, I love you dearly, but I'm gonna just let you know that this is what I go through on a weekly basis. What you about to
No. It's fine. Let's just say tonight is going to be the determining factor of how things are going to go from now on. That's all I'm going to say.
Everybody about to be disappointed.
Like, damn, first and last episode?
Oh, look. Hold on. It is not me. Look, it's not even me you got to worry about. See, Mrs. Underwood, as you see.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is funny. I love it.
Let's just say I'm just going to take out all of my frustration that she's going to throw in the chat on you. That's it.
Hey, brother. There ain't.
Let
me tell you something.
Nah, I'm in all seriousness, like, in all seriousness, I'm not going to be as biased as you guys think I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you was about to be going in.
No, because remember, not the last episode I was on, but the previous one, I said that this was the feud that I wanted.
You did say that.
And I said, like, I think I'm just as big of a Kevin Owens fan as I am a CM Punk fan. So it's like, I don't have a dog in this fight right now. So like my notes on this are like just from the standpoint of course, Sky, get your shit off. But
no.
It's coming.
Here's the thing. You can write all the notes. You can have all the thoughts.
No, my notes are like more so just like based from the standpoint of like somebody that enjoys storytelling and pro wrestling, and somebody who enjoys Kevin Steen / Kevin Owens and CM Punk. So I'm hyped to talk about this, just to talk about everything, honestly. So
yeah, no, look, it's gonna be a good conversation. But we got a lot of negativity to get here,
bro. Like this is probably like the best episode ever because there's so much shit.
It's about to get real negative. Hold on,
it's about to be a great time.
Grab more negativity. Let's go.
We about to get real negative. We got the chat going.
I got my first Japanese son on my shirt. We about to go, man. We about to enjoy ourselves.
Oh, the one you abandoned?
I didn't abandon. That's not true.
Hold on.
Hey, yo!
What is happening?
What's going on?
K-pop's up, man.
Mac, what is going on, bro?
This nigga in the streets.
He's on location at AAA right now.
Y'all got going, man. Decent, man. What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, brother.
Dog, where are you?
So I'm in Cali.
Oh, you still out there? Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, man.
You sure you're not over the border?
Oh no. I'm about to try to walk over there right now. El Jefe.
Yo.
We need a segment just for Mac to do random stuff.
We do, man. We do.
Man, I had to jump in when I settled in, man. I'm gonna hit y'all back up.
No doubt, bro.
All right, brother. You do your thing.
All right, bro.
Appreciate the drop in.
Sure.
Mac is funny, bro.
Oh yeah.
This nigga showed up in a hat outside.
Hold on. Damn. My man froze again.
Oh, not my nigga.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I know. I did see Spider-Man before hopping on.
Hey, come on. What'd you
We're
think?
we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I don't know how they keep doing it with the Tom Holland ones, man. I've seen everyone in theaters, and every time I left the theaters, I was like, I don't know how they gonna top this one.
It might be the last. I've heard this might be the last one he doing.
Nah, it said
Nah, they said they got 5.
yeah, at the end credit, Spider-Man will be back.
Once again, so I keep trying to tell y'all that wasn't for Tom Holland. That was for one of two things. Either that was for Tobey Maguire, or they were just letting y'all know that next year they doing Miles Morales is coming back.
So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but the end credit, but yeah, the post credit. You right on one or two of those things. So I'm gonna just leave it at that for the post credit. Yeah. But either way, I'm hyped.
Me too.
You take it, everybody's.
Man, I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. So, question of the week, gents. Question of the weeks, because as you know, today is also chaining day. We know once we do our intros, we will be giving our man D the official BGW chain, put over that collar and everything like that. But the question of the week, now that we got a Sinister Six going on, what record label are we currently?
Ooh. So when I saw this, I had to think, because it's not so much what record label we are, but what era of said record label we are.
See, that's what, yeah, yeah. Because to me, I feel like we are 07, 08 good music.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
The Good Fridays.
Yeah, like the Good Friday era. Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. We are good. We are good. About to get real negative in here. So thank you. Thank you. No limit sources.
I gotta think. I'd probably say I'm gonna go with 2000 to 2003 Rockefeller.
That's a good
And I
one.
and I say that because a lot of my favorite albums came out during that time, and I'm not just talking J albums. I'm talking that Young Guns album, Tough Love.
Fire, bro. I love that to this day.
Philadelphia Freeway, hard, hard. The Reason by Beanie Sigel, arguably one of the best intro tracks off a Rockefeller project. That's not the Dynasty intro. The Nothing Like It, the first song off of Beanie Siegel's The Reason, bruh. That song is. So yeah, I feel like we kind of there with them. But to your point, that good music comparison, yeah. I mean, it's the same family tree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's an olive branch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Direct lineage, if you will, because you get Kanye in there, and then it just all trickles down. So yeah, right in that same parallel.
Nolo, talk to me, man. Who are we? Where record label are we?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Shady, brother.
Oh,
Like when they picked up 50, and they already the G Unit was after they run, and then they started all those fire albums afterwards.
Ooh. Yo, what was my man's name? Dang.
Which one?
Cassius. Was that his
Yeah.
name?
Oh,
Yeah,
Cassius.
That was
fun.
my God.
The re-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rip had a lot
Stack
of
Quo was
potential, though.
Stack Quo was my man. I'm still sad that album never came out.
Oh,
I said if there was ever going to be like a representative in Slaughterhouse from down south, Stack Quo would have fit in perfectly
Ooh.
Right.
with Slaughterhouse.
That would have been ooh.
That was a beast. That joint By My Side off of the re-up. Stupid.
See, like growing up, I wasn't the biggest I was a fan of Aftermath. I was a fan of G Unit, but like I never really got into Shady like that. I
Got it.
did, and I 100% blame that on my dislike for Eminem's beats. You know what I mean? So like a lot of Eminem, like the beats that he made, like okay, so
They sound the same.
yeah. So don't kill me for this, but like Lose Yourself. I hate that song. I genuinely do not like that song. Yeah, I do not like that song.
I can see how that can be an unlikable song.
Like when
Definitely.
when they were playing it at the J joint and they showed the video and everybody was getting excited. I'm like, excited for what?
Man, yo, put the 30 shit on. Yo, my favorite out of Shady though, Obi Trice.
I was just about to say that Obi Trice album.
His first two, fire, bro.
God, if you ever do decide to revisit, sans the Eminem produced tracks, if you get into Shady, Obi Trice first two albums, definitely good listens.
Oh, so that's the thing. When it's select artists on the so Obi was great at it. Obi was phenomenal at it. Like it could just be Eminem. Eminem on his own beats was trash. Hold on, man. We gotta welcome the legend in here real quick. There he is.
Hey, he's back.
There he is. My God.
Brothers Gang Squad, where we at?
Yo,
What's going on, bro?
Low. What record label are we right now?
I heard the conversation that was ensuing. So just so y'all know, it's not just me. My brother from the Bronx, right here to my left, just gave y'all 3 Philadelphia Rockefeller albums. Listen, I ain't got to do too much, but you already know where I'm at with this. You already know where I'm at with this. My answer to this question, and shout out too, because that Tough Love album, which is very understated among the grand, conversation among Rockefeller albums, especially even the more localized conversation, depending on what part of the city you go to. But listen, man, where I'm at with this conversation, me personally, being a part of BGW Pod, what record label are we? Come on, man. It's not.
You know what?
Okay.
That's why I love you, because I just got done listening to my biannually listen to of all nerd albums. You know what I mean? So I started on Friday and I just went through the whole discography of NERD, and man, let me tell you, special.
Yeah, it's time.
Special.
Did you go to something? Not Something in the Water. The Glow in the Dark tour.
No. I was a loser back then.
Come on, man.
You were never a loser, brother.
Man, look.
Thank you, sis.
Look, I was
Appreciate
at
you.
that time.
But yeah, look, that Young Guns album, that joint got me through high school, bro. I love that album. Like, Art has probably one of the best, 2 of the best Jay verses, because he had actually 2 verses on that song. Take Me Alive, Jay verses on that, bruh. Yeah, we never got that Glass House album. Apparently, that album was crazy from Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I still want Ice to leak it.
He needs to.
Yo, to your point, Scott, the songs that I hated off of that album, the ones that Eminem on.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
Trying to tell you, dog.
But look,
tried to tell you.
But here's what we can't tell you. We about to hit this intro. Let's go.
Let's go.
Real trap shit.
This is the peak of professional wrestling. I love it.
Once again, you're tuned in to the BGW. What up? Hit the subscribe button and pour a cup. We back up soon as Scotty beams. Collar and elbow conversation, serve with a side of collard greens. No lows, the biggest heel in the photo. D-Mac and Chad shooting hard from the logo. And off the top rope, starting that guard from a locker room in Philly, they got low. Black guy, BGW, throw it up, yo. Wolfpack, throw it up, yo. Sunday night's main event, and we live with it. And this is where we hit the logo.
Got some crappy shoes on. It's never ironed. The shirt is too small. The shitty scarf and the terrible ass haircut. And you think that you're better than moi? Give me a break.
And welcome everyone to the 243rd volume of the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast.
Yes. From going from being little brother to Goody Mob, to the Temptations, and now we're the Isley Brothers. Welcome everybody to BGW 243. We are in the building. We got to get a new intro soon. You know what I mean? Because we got you know, this is what I want. I want a remix. I love the theme song we got now. I think it's perfect. You know what I mean? But we can get an additional verse in there. I got to hit the homie AO up. And we got to keep the Willow joint in there. You know what I mean? It's just right. It's just right. But yes, coming in first, it is your poetic professor, Scotland Underwood. Happy Sunday to you, everybody.
Happy Sunday and salutations. It's your boy coming in second. Solo, Nolo, Green, El Champion.
Come on. Come on. Well, Kofi who?
Kingston? I don't know what's Kofi. I don't know what Kofi talking about, brother.
All the Kofis I know are dark-skinned brothers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Lo, if you don't mind going third.
Yes, sir. Yep. You already know what I'm doing, brother. You already know coming in third. In the fifth chair, BGW, you already know who it is, man. Jungle Boy, New Jack Perry. You dig what I'm saying? Kid Vicious, Barilla Monsoon, AJ Styles P, Kenny Lomega, all of those good things. Welcome to 243, everybody. Locker room leaders fine.
Come on.
More than fine. That shit is great.
Yeah, it's cracking right now. It's cracking.
I'm trying, brothers.
And if y'all did not see the post on last week, we have an official brand new member to the BGW crew. Yes, brother, if you can go ahead and do your introduction, my guy.
Yes, sir. Hailing from the boogie down Bronx, but a Brooklyn resident himself, it is I, your man, Deascent.
Hey.
Welcome, brother.
Gang.
Big Bronx.
Come on, we already saw Big
Bronx.
You already saw D-Mac is somewhere on the border of Mexico. Chaz, he's on assignment. We are here, man. BGW. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora.
Boom.
Come on. Please hit like, subscribe. Lo, who are we?
The home team, no matter where we are, no matter where we might be residing at the moment. Shout out to my brother D, living in Brooklyn, Bronx born. If you're my guy Mac, you dig what I'm saying? He's from the city. I just saw him last week here in Cali. You know what I mean? No matter where we are, my brother Chaz, you know what I mean? Had to move back to the towns. No matter where we are, we always the home team, man. No matter where we are always at home. Never strangers, never tourists.
Yo, they cussing us out in the chat because Nolo got an echo.
Oh, do I? My bad.
Yeah, nah, man. You good. Once again, this is
nope, that ain't working.
This is gonna be a negative episode.
Brazil.
Come on. It's gonna be a negative episode. Everybody, hey, look, man. Echoes, no echoes. It's all good. First of all, gentlemen, how is your week going? What the hell?
Yeah, it's going good, man. Into the new week. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good, man. Coming off of this Friday night SmackDown, man.
Oh yeah, you was out there, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Come on,
man. You know how that go, man.
What was it? Yo, what is the energy of the city in Philly when WWE pulls up? Damn, where the hell everybody going?
Right, yeah. everybody they didn't clear out the lane for it.
D was like, yo, I'm done. I'm ready.
They done cleared out the lane, man. Listen, so that's the thing, man. Even pre-40, you know, when 40 is in the town, it's just like, you know, like it's just like the circus is in town, not for nothing. Like that's kind of like the feeling of, you know, Philly wrestling. Unlike other cities, the people in Philly who like wrestling, like for the most part, like we are all a lot, like we outcasts. You know what I mean? Like to be a mark from this city, man, like it's different than being from like a New York or being from a Chicago, if I may. You dig what I mean? So we are, truest to our local indies. You know what I mean? That's where our hearts are. You know, we ECW babies, like, and all of that good stuff, right? So we got that lineage. But when the E is in town, man, it's different. You know what I mean? Especially for this Friday. And I think we're going to get a little bit more into it. But just, overall, the overall vibe of the city since the summer done cracked off, you know what I mean? TNA, you dig what I'm saying? Dishonor is in a couple weeks down South Philly. You know what I mean? SmackDown was just last week. So everybody is getting fed. Everybody feel like they eating good. You know what I mean? If you were E-Mark, you satisfied with Friday. If you really want to see TNA be really successful, you thought that the 2 days were successful. You dig what I'm saying? Like if you went to last year's residency that AEW and ROH had, like you're just waiting for the 21st again, and you're just waiting to get that vibe back. So everybody just eating right now, bro, to be honest with you. But we can get more into some other shit in the field, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Nolo, as we discovered last week of your wealth and how rich you are, do you plan on pulling up to Raw tomorrow night? It's in our city in Norfolk, Virginia. You pulling up to the scope? You're on mute, brother.
Like he cussing.
Yeah.
My bad.
Nah,
yeah, brother.
I was trying to fix the damn echo and shit, but I see it was not successful.
It's all
funny as kept. I looked at those prices. I saw a floor seat that wasn't too bad. I haven't bought it yet though. I'm gonna see how I feel tomorrow.
Hello, DiBiase. Come on.
DiBiase.
Come on, doing rich stuff, man. I feel you. Look, gentlemen, let's not even waste no time because we got a lot to discuss this evening. How negative do y'all want to start? Do y'all want to start like light negative?
Let's just get it out the way.
Want to get real active? All right, Roman Reigns. The internet conversation been wicked this entire week. Conrad Thompson from Alabama got on his podcast and he declared Roman Reigns to be the most overrated main eventer of the last 21st century
in WWE history.
WWE history. Yeah, who wants to start?
Well, we know why he mad.
Why is he mad, bro? Why is he mad?
So, Conrad from that cloth, man. Conrad from that Jim Crockett cloth. You dig what I'm saying? So, here's why I am with this, right? The Jim Crockett guys, man, and a lot of them got infused, a few of them, right? You still got some ones that's kind of more neutral, like, your Cornettes. Yeah, I mean, but for the most part, a lot of Crockett guys, man, like, not for nothing, man, it's that they're the Confederate States, man. They lost the Civil War. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they lost the Civil War of wrestling against Vincent Kennedy McMahon buying up all of the territories. And when you look at
the Civil War twice.
And when you look at the reality of everything that someone like Joseph Anoa'i has ascended to in this company, not necessarily being an indie guy, not necessarily, coming from like that Southern lineage. Played football at Georgia Tech for what it's worth. He's from Pensacola, Florida, like Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest champions of all time in the middleweight division, and some others light heavyweight. We're gonna highlight Mac when it comes to that. But however, yeah, it's we get it. The Samoan dynasty, all of their lineage in that company, not necessarily being the indie people neither. Now, Zilla is an anomaly, and we could talk about him. However, that's just my quick little messy take on it. I don't know. Conrad is an interesting guy, man. Shout out.
D, talk to me, man. So Roman Reigns, you know what I mean? Because I feel like with Roman, and so first, for anybody that does not know the definition of overrated, I'm not attacking anybody's intellect here, but the definition of overrated is rated or valued too highly, right? So for Conrad to say Roman Reigns is the most overrated main eventer in WWE history, D, talk to me. What does that look like? What does that mean even?
I'm not exactly sure because
hey yo, what up, man?
Hey yo.
Talk to me, man. You know what I mean? Like,
So I made a TikTok video about this.
Okay.
Okay. I don't agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the aspects that I do agree with him about, there's some nuance. So, like, for instance, there's certain things that he said. When he said that, what was it that he said? He said that WWE's fortunes wouldn't change if Roman Reigns left. And I agree with him on that, but that's more so towards the evolution of professional wrestling. So, like, for instance, Rock left, Stone Cold left, Cena just recently left. Did the company necessarily die? No. We can go back and forth and argue, you know, how creative fell off, how business fell off, but like WWE as a whole, did the company just die? No. So if Roman Reigns was to retire tomorrow, the company would still thrive. There'd still be a big piece obviously missing, but it's not so much the company is living and dying so much by Roman. So that's the thing that I agree with him on, but again, that has nuance to it. But to say the most overrated is a lot and probably like the super, super disingenuous to say. Because you look at somebody that, despite how people may feel about him, you know, the level of nepotism that he obviously does have, that's not a guaranteed win in professional wrestling. It never, ever is. So to say that, you know, he got that based off of, you know, who his dad was, like, we can make that same argument for Randy Orton, but we don't. But for whatever reason, it's specifically landed on Roman that he got where he got because of who his dad is and who his family is and all that other stuff. And people forget that there was a large stretch of time that, despite the fact that he was in the quote unquote main event scene, like, that's probably the most forgettable part of his career. It's probably like the last 6 years that we focus on more than anything when you talk about Roman Reigns in the main event. If you look at his contributions to the main event scene over the last few years, no matter how you may feel about the bloodline story, if you feel like it's going on too long, if you feel like he's only working with his family, you can't argue that things feel much more grand when he's in the picture. Like, that's me objectively saying that as somebody who's felt like the bloodline story has run its course. You look at the match with him and Punk this year, which for my money still probably one of the best WWE matches this year. You know, you look at how big of a part he was for Cody to win that championship at WrestleMania 40. I will go out on a limb to say that that moment doesn't become as special as it has become if Roman Reigns isn't involved in that whole scenario. So yeah, I don't like that idea of saying that. And I also said in the video that oftentimes, depending on who's the face of WWE and how people feel about the product, that's who they project how they feel onto them. So if people aren't necessarily in tune with WWE right now, or they don't like the product for whatever reason, that person becomes the face of how people feel about the promotion, because they have a whole bunch of main eventers. They have Cody, they have Punk, they have Seth. I'd even throw people like Drew into the mix, but it all comes back to Roman at the end of the day. So to say that he's the most overrated when those names that I pick, probably the biggest match that you can have in the promotion is centered around that name and Roman in particular. And even look, they had to pretty much screw their own booking because they feel like the biggest match that they can have right now is Oba versus Roman. So I don't think it's so much a case of him being overrated. I just think that WWE hasn't done the best job of making sure that everybody, or at least there's somebody else who can elevate the card the same way Roman does at this present moment.
Now, Nolo, you're the champion of BGW. Roman is the champ of WWE. You can make an argument, you know, both title reigns extremely overrated, probably unnecessary at this point. You know what I mean? Might need a little change. Hopefully, in a couple weeks, we'll have a new Daytona champion soon. Yeah, man, get your title. Yeah, absolutely, man. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody cares. It's all good. It's all it's all good, man. But to you, what about this conversation? Because we talked about this a little bit off air. What about this conversation do you think is absolutely pointless? Because once again, everybody here agree. Everybody here, I feel like, has, like, when it comes to like main eventers, like we're talking about main eventers in WWE, do you even put Roman in a top 10 for that?
Hey man,
no, Dave, you know,
I think you got to.
No,
you got to. He really is the realest out here, man. But to answer your question, I don't understand. The whole argument is pointless. Why are we arguing about who's the most overrated in the first place? Because Hulk Hogan exists. Ultimate Warrior exists. Why are we putting so much on Roman Reigns? Is it to Deascent's point where just because some people don't feel the best about the product right now, that's where they want to get their talking points in and get their jabs in? Talk about how. Oh, you can't hear you?
Your mic a little low.
Oh, my bad. Let's try to get it out. Is that better?
No.
So me out here thinking I'm fixing the audio issues and I am making it worse. Man,
Nah,
crazy.
it's all good. This is exactly what I was saying. Like, overrated title runs. Hey, look, while he's getting his mic fixed, man, let me just say this because let me bring D back in. Let me just say this. The part of the argument, I don't mind the debate about whether or not Roman is overrated. I personally, I don't feel like he is overrated. The conversation that annoyed me was them comparing Roman to Hogan. I thought that was stupid. I thought that made no sense, right? Because number one, we're talking about two different eras, right? Two different fan bases, right? I, to this day, will never understand the levels of defense people will go to for Hulk Hogan. I just don't get it, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not even saying, like, I wasn't there in '84. You know what I mean? So it means nothing to me, right? But it, you know what I mean? It means absolutely nothing. But to say Roman or Hogan is better than Roman, in my opinion, he's not, right? Yes, you could talk about a cultural impact that Hogan had, but guess what? That was a cultural impact of the 80s, right? Roman has his own energy that to me does not make him overrated. If we were talking about the one from 2015, yeah, sure, we can get into that conversation, right? But like somebody even brought up, don't let the internet fool you. Prior to 2015 and the breakup of the Shield, the crowd was going crazy for Roman. Like that 2012, 2013 Roman. Like, if you remember Survivor Series 2013, Roman cleared out the entire team that he was going against, the sole survivor. Crowd went crazy. The 2014 Rumble that had Batista win. Who was the last two? It was Batista and Roman. Who was the crowd going for? Daniel Bryan wasn't in the match. The crowd was going for Roman Reigns. It's all about the perception that Vince had towards Roman, right? But this Roman Reigns from 2020 and upwards, without Paul Heyman, don't get that twisted, right? Paul Heyman was the accessory. Paul Heyman was not the majority in the success of the bloodline. If anything, Roman made Paul Heyman relevant again. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. I don't think so.
You're not wrong.
Hey, your mic's
I can be heard again.
Yeah. Let's go. But like I said, like, Roman absolutely put WWE on his back. Well, let's talk about that. Put them on his back, right? In order for Cody to be the face of WWE, quote unquote, who did he have to go against? The top guy in the company. Who was the top guy? Roman. He wasn't going to get over, and I'm talking about Cody, wasn't going to get over wrestling Randy Orton. He wasn't going to get over wrestling Brock Lesnar. He had to wrestle Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns made Cody the top guy. So to say, to me, to say Roman is overrated is quite ridiculous. Boom period. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that boom period real quick. Who's at the focal point?
I mean, you can argue that was Cody though.
Let's talk about it.
You could.
Let's talk about it.
You could.
I see you, Church.
Because like Cody's a better forward-facing guy than Roman is. So like you think about, you know, the person that was going out, you know, shaking hands and kissing babies, like that was more so like, you know, Cody. Again, that's not to take away from Roman at all, because you needed the best way that I could kind of like quantify it. It's like Roman was the Hollywood Hogan to Cody's Sting, if you really think about it, because like you needed Hollywood Hogan to be that antagonist, for that Sting character to be what it was, and I feel like that was the same thing with Cody and Roman. So like if you think about WrestleMania 40 and going into it, where like WWE just seemed to be like at its hottest, I would put more of that on Cody, just because he was like the heir apparent for Cena, you know, more than anything. And you can't really have, well, the idea is that you can't have a heel be the face of your company in a certain capacity. But just from what wrestling as we know it is, as far as behind the scenes go, like that's Roman. So yeah, it's kind of like a two-part split, like towards like the quote-unquote casuals. I would give it to Cody, but for the people who watch wrestling the way that we watch wrestling, I would say that Roman is kind of like a 1A, 1B. I said this around the time of WrestleMania 40, and I didn't want to get taken out of context, just because when you compare anything to the Attitude Era, people automatically get defensive. But you can argue that Roman and Cody are this current generation's Rock and Stone Cold. It's like it's a 1A, 1B. And I don't think anybody would like really have a real argument, you know, about who's the biggest star, because you can make very, very plausible arguments as to who might be better than the other, but I think it's more based on preference than anything. So there's no wrong answer. So it's like a 50-50 split, but you can't say that Roman isn't either 100% responsible for it, or, you know, at least 50% responsible for it if you're looking at Cody. If anybody said that it was Roman, I wouldn't argue in the least bit.
Nolo, answer this question, man. Could the boom have still happened if Cody doesn't leave WWE? Like, could anybody have been put in Cody's spot? So, you know what I mean? Like, we were there in Dallas. You know what I mean? We got to see Cody come back. We got to see the reaction. We were actually, I think we went to Norfolk. I think 2 months later, we saw the incredible reaction that Cody got. But let's say Cody stays in AEW. Who could have been in his spot that could have filled that made of that void? You're on mute, brother.
I think anyone could have been in that spot, but I think Cody was a special character and a special wrestler because his story, honestly. He was in WWE. He wanted to be a bigger and better thing. He went to AEW. He did his thing over there, and then he returned home as the prodigal son. And the story that they were able to build off that to go along with the bloodline story was what made it as big as it is. So I don't think, like, I don't want to, but I just think that I don't want to, anybody could have been in that spot, but I think Cody was the perfect person to do it.
Let's ask this question. We'll start with Lo with this. Who is the most overrated main eventer in WWE history?
Paul Levesque.
Jesus.
Yeah, let's get negative. Let's talk to me. Let's get negative. Yeah, because you're not lying. You're not lying.
Do I have an echo as well?
Chat, talk to us. Who? I don't know who has an echo. I didn't hear one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear one.
I'm just hearing a little bit of feedback. However, we've had this conversation before. I mean, if we wanted, people won't do this. We could do Hogan when he came back, maybe. But I'm still stuck on something you said about, in another comment that our brother Gerard left about how people be putting Hogan over. They're still so endearing to Hogan. Y'all gotta realize, man, Hulk Hogan is if Scooby-Doo said nigga. Like, not everybody, like, the people that really love Scooby-Doo, like Scooby-Doo heads, like really love Scooby-Doo and like that character at that time, like that. But that's just one thing I was just stuck on. But however, to constantly put yourself in certain spots where you're not needed, we talked about it on this podcast before. I think we could definitely say him. I mean, hey, we got some good stuff out of it. End of an era. You dig what I'm saying? Things like that. But end of an era isn't showing Taker at 25. You know what I mean? So it's like, we already know where to put that at as far as like levels of great matches. But I think I would definitely say Triple H. Absolutely.
It would be wrong to say Lex Luger because this is a Lex Luger slander-free podcast. You know what I mean? Warrior is a good one. Warrior is a good one. Yeah, Warrior is.
I would think of Warrior.
Warrior is a good one. Look, man, it's. I really do think the conversation about like who's overrated just doesn't like it don't make sense. It's because all that at the end of the day is just a preference thing. You know what I mean? Like to me, when people say, "Oh, such and such is overrated," that just means you don't like them. That's at the end of the day. That's all that really means. You know what I mean? Conrad Thompson does not like Roman Reigns. Now I don't know if it's because his skin is a little darker than Conrad's. You know what I mean? I don't know. Could be. I don't know how they get down in the parts of Bama that he's from, right? Look, I've gotten on the timeline and I've said people. I don't know if I've ever said somebody's overrated. I've said people suck. You know what I mean? Which is true, right? Historians love doing shit like this. They love throwing out like, oh, yo, man, like that Roman Reigns match sucks. Let's watch a Bob Backlund match. I don't want to watch a Bob Backlund match.
A Bob Backlund match is crazy.
I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I got stuff I got to do, man. I ain't trying to be bored for 20 minutes, right?
Hey, bro, let me tell you when I bought like the Best of Survivor series when I was younger, and they made that Bob Backlund joint seem like the greatest match and so much drama.
Are you talking about the Bret Hart match?
Yes.
That match is gas, though. Hold on. That match is fire.
I'm not saying it won't fire. I'm saying they made it seem like it was the greatest thing ever.
It's because of who was in it.
Yeah.
Hold up.
You know what? I'm about to put y'all on the spot right now. Hold on. Out of these four, you got to select who's the most overrated out of all of them. Stone Cold, Rock, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
Did you say Rock or Brock?
Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Man.
That shit was crazy, Gerard. I don't even know why you even admitted that.
This is a safe space, right?
It is, depending on what you say.
I had this conversation not too long ago. I'm not saying this is the person that I think is overrated, but I think if we kind of like examine this talking point specifically, we kind of go,
I already know who you're about to say.
No, I don't think you do. I'm gonna just pose it with a question, and then I'm gonna follow it up with like my thought process. Who did Austin make? Think about it.
Hold on.
Think about it.
Hold on.
Think about it.
Hold up. That's a crazy question.
I did not think you were going to say that.
No, honestly, truly. All right. Let's run it down.
He made the people. Nigga introduced Rockefeller at the VMAs. It's 1999, man. Hold on.
Wait. The moment that, like, quote unquote, you know, got him to where he was, like, the proverbial, you know, spark, if you will.
Yeah.
The Austin 316 promo. Who did he beat?
Drake Roberts,
yeah.
His first IC title when he won it first time. Who did he beat?
neck surgery.
Got it.
My bad. My fault.
Owen.
Okay. When he won his first WWF title, who did he beat?
Shawn Michaels.
These are already people who are established. So if you look throughout Austin's run, who his last match, who did he lose to?
Dwayne Johnson. Oh wait, Kevin Owens.
Technically his last match.
Yeah. I was gonna say beside that, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. So like everybody that he essentially like, you know, lost to or, you know, beat in one capacity or another, these are people who are already established. So like the whole idea is like if you're a main event star, like Rock lost to Brock. That was essentially like, you know, the quote unquote passing of the torch. Shawn lost to Austin, which was essentially like the passing of the torch. Even though they were like, you know, contemporaries, Brett losing to Shawn in the Iron Man match was essentially like, you know, the star making moment. I don't think we have one of those with Austin. And I'm not saying that he's wrong or like booking is wrong because like I love honestly like the way Stone Cold was booked is how you book Stone Cold. So it's not me saying like, you know, oh, you know, he just sucked because it never felt like he put anybody over like in one capacity or another he did. But you even look at the feud with The Rock, it wasn't so much that him and The Rock were like on the same trajectory. You know, it was like they were both two burgeoning stars and they just happened to clash at the right time. So I don't know, it's just an interesting thing to kind of think about when you sit back and like think about Austin as like a main eventer and with the whole idea of like what a main eventer is supposed to do, which is quote unquote make people in certain instances. And there aren't too many instances that I can think of off the top of my head where he like lost to somebody and that like propelled them into like the next stratosphere of their career. Off the top of my head, I'm saying like maybe there is, but I can't think of anybody.
Steve was saying no to a lot of people. I will say that. Yeah, Steve.
Ain't gonna work for me, brother.
Yo, my man was like, hey, man, we want you to beat Jeff Jarrett. What?
What? Goddamn,
we want you to beat, hey, man, we want Brock to beat you. What? What about Eddie? What?
I have my answer, by the way.
That wasn't your answer?
No,
Oh,
no, not out of the four. I never gave an answer to like, you know, the most overrated period. Kevin Nash.
What is who's your pick, man?
Kevin Nash.
I like that. Not too much. Yeah, I mean, well, look. Once again, now we going into business because we going into eras, right? Because Kevin Nash just happened to be the world champion at the worst time of the company from a drawing standpoint.
And the WCW though.
Oh, we talk about W. Yeah. Hold on. I would put Goldberg high on for overrated champions.
Yeah.
I put Goldberg.
Yeah.
Like in the history of Goldberg, who did Goldberg make?
Nobody.
Yeah. He ain't really mean nobody.
I'm shooting. Well, not necessarily shooting. I'm shooting Goldberg. I'm shooting Goldberg a little bit of bail just because I feel like Goldberg isn't classified as being one of the boys the way that Steve is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody says that, like, you know, Goldberg never got professional wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, he was somebody who felt like, you know, he had to win because, you know, he bought more into the Goldberg character than the people that created it. And when that happens, that's when you lose the plot as a performer. You know, it's cool to have a level of agency and understanding of who your character is. Case in point, when Steve didn't want to just lose to Brock on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, like, that's knowing your worth and understanding who you are as a character. And I think in that instance, that's not somebody being self-centered and self-absorbed because he's thinking bigger as far as like what this could do for the company as a whole. But I will say that Goldberg not making somebody kind of lends itself to the type of person that Goldberg is portrayed to be. So yeah.
100%. I just think it's hilarious because anytime we get to kill Goldberg on this show, it brings me such joy. Because why? I understand he was a big thing at one point, and I totally get that. But I feel like they ended too many things that were going great just for Goldberg. Well, then they take my man Kevin's title away.
Oh yeah, and they took he beat Kevin Owens, and he beat a red hot Bray Wyatt.
Facts. There we go. That was the other one I was trying to think. I was like, it was somebody else. It wasn't just Kevin who got the chain snatched.
He beat Bray Wyatt, and like to this very day, I don't know why that was a choice that had to be made, especially since that SmackDown leading up, he speared him and everything. I'm just like, bro, what do we do?
100%. Like, what is a match that you, if you could change the result of, that you would?
Just few. But I'm gonna throw the women's match. Charlotte being Rhea that WrestleMania.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What was the question?
If you could change the result of any match, which one would you change?
Last week's prediction contest. It was you. And probably I should have won, if we're being honest. But if you're asking for the wrestling standpoint, then I would say
no, brother. How should you win?
I should have made a better decision. In fact, really, I gifted you that. My fault. It's all good though. Well, you know what I mean. All in's coming up. It's coming home. But if we were to say for the results,
Austin Aries has a championship in MLW.
Who? Austin Aries?
Yeah, I'm my bad. I have YouTube on for MLW, and I see him with a belt.
No. Oh, dang. Oh, yes. He won the middleweight championship, I believe. Yeah. If truthfully, to be honest with you, I would have switched. I'm going back, but Tyler Black and Austin Aries. Or there was a match in Ring of Honor where I think it was a triple threat, if I'm not mistaken. It was Tyler Black, Seth Rollins, Jerry Lynn, who was the champion, and Austin Aries. And everybody and their mom thought Tyler Black was winning that match. And it went to Austin Aries. And, Austin Aries at that time was doing the A-double thing, fire gimmick. But I thought that shifted Ring of Honor in a really... Like, it took a while for them to rebound from that. So I would say that'd probably be my pick. Crush, what's up, man?
I was good, Crush.
Oh, good to see you. Hold on. back to Austin. Is it fair to say he got Vince over as an on-screen character? Brett planted the seeds for sure, but Austin got the McMahon character over. You know, there is a world out there, right? That if Brett doesn't leave WWF, right, and we don't get the McMahon character, who's to say that Austin becomes the character that, like, he's still Stone Cold, but like, can you say that without McMahon, Austin may have not been the biggest star in the world at that time?
I think that's a lot of people use that time after the King of the Ring promo. They think that he said the promo and then he was just out of here. That didn't happen. It was like a solid year or so before we got the Austin guy. So I don't know. What? Because it's hard to say. But at the same time, a lot of things that happened before that brought this little up. And for Stone Cold to kind of move the way they did.
Fair. Let me see.
I only asked the question because I would change Bray Wyatt and John Cena at WrestleMania.
Okay.
That was my original thought.
Okay, yeah. John was politicking that night.
No, there was no reason he should have won that match.
John was politicking crazy. He was politicking crazy. We don't talk about John Cena being an excellent politicker too.
Yeah, we touch on it every now and then. Pause. Don't pause.
Those who don't.
You know what? Speaking of politicking, let's talk about WWE real quick and the current scape, because we got a tournament going on. We got a couple of tournaments going on, but the Battle of Mexico continues in WWE between WWE and AEW. September 13th or 14th, can't remember exactly when. Sometime in September, Raw will be hosted in Mexico City. There is a tournament to take place to see who goes and loses against Roman Reigns, right? Because let's call it for what this is, man. And they're featuring luchadors from AAA, right? Is that do I have an echo?
I think we all.
Microphone.
Check.
Yep. Yeah, I got one.
I know I did.
I think I'm good. I dipped and slid back in. Pause. Don't pause me, but
that was crazy.
Yeah, my bad. I think I'm good now, though.
I thought that I heard my voice in the background. I was like, damn, that's deep ass voice back there. But anyway, who do y'all think has the ability to win this tournament? So the way it's looking is, I believe Penta wrestles Laredo Kid. La Parka, if I'm not mistaken, wrestles Psycho Clown. I don't have the brackets on me. Dragon Lee wrestles. Damn, it was no. Oh man. But anyway, the way the tournament is set up, it looks like we will be getting a Penta Ray Phoenix finals, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
What are y'all thoughts on this, man? Like, first of all, for them to do Penta and Phoenix in the match, and then potentially one of them to wrestle Roman Reigns in Mexico City. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about this tournament taking place?
I mean, WWE aren't the best tournaments. Like, I know it's great wrestling just because it's AAA. I'm pretty much think that foregone conclusion that Penta's gonna win, but I'm interested in the matchup. So here's the thing, and I said this a few days ago. Shout out to Drew. Roman as a champion has the same benefit of going to the club. Hear me out. You know it's a show. You made Session City. may get to see a little ad, but you're not different. That's pretty much the same effect of Reigns when he's champion. It's a foregone conclusion that he's gonna. So it's kind of hard to suspend the disbelief that somebody else actually. So it'll be a great showcase for Penta. You know, we all know that the company is very, very high, but it's like, and this is probably one of my issues with Roman and champion. It's like once that person loses Roman, what do they do next? Because it's like the whole idea of building a car is that truly they get to a place where they challenge for world championship, and with all the momentum that they have for that build, you think that they have a shot to take away the champion. That doesn't feel that way when people go against Roman. It's like they have the momentum, you know, it's gonna be a great match, but they lose, and there's no well, they're gonna have to again against Roman, or so yeah. I feel like great match as far as the tournament. Great match between Roman and Penta, but it's still gonna be Oba and Roman as the big match down the line.
Lo, what are your thoughts on it, bro?
Yeah, I think that there's. I think it's a good opportunity to showcase the true talent to capture fans who may not be familiar with certain. I am saying the 16th edition of AAA, which is the only match from this tournament that's going to be a true show. Psycho Clown. More of your niche talents in AAA. So I guess that's why you put them on the AAA show as opposed to Raw. But I guess in a sense, it's Penta in the main event picture. Once he does that Clash of Roman, but I'm very interested in that Lucha Brothers 1-on-1. You know what I mean? So
do you think this sets up, because the way that's kind of going down, it feels like they're setting up the eventual, like, Penta wrestles Roman, the bloodline gets involved, right? And this is happening in Mexico, so like I can see Penta and Roman having a real competitive match, real back and forth. And then maybe after the match, the Usos come out, they start stomping out Penta, and then Phoenix comes out to save him, and this builds to the very first Usos versus Lucha Bros match. Now, granted, I'm not sure where, like, the timeline of everything, but you would think this would be a perfect match. In fact, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the tournament final is on a Monday Night Raw. I think that Sunday is the Worlds Collide pay-per-view. So you could set that up to where it is the Usos versus the Lucha Bros in the main event for that Worlds Collide show that's going head-to-head with AEW All Out. And, I mean, from a fan standpoint, if you do that first-time match, and then on the flip side on AEW, you do the Bucks in the New Day in a first-time match, that, to me, is a stamp, like, as, like, yo, real competition is happening.
yeah.
Because they do the Bucks versus New Day at All In.
All Out. So I feel the Bucks win against Cope and Christian in Wembley, and I my heart is telling me the New Day debuts after that match. You know what I mean? And I feel like they hold it off to where, like, the London skyline starts to go down. It's a little bit darker, so you can do a true blackout. And then the New Day pop up. You have the face-to-face. And then you have the very first Bucks New Day match for the AEW Tag Team Championships at All Out. Excuse me.
I mean, that's the direction to go.
Yeah. I just feel that when it comes to, like, I do not like. I love the concept of the Usos versus the Lucha Bros. I don't want it to be a rush thing, right? Like I feel like you could give that some room to breathe. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing the first Lucha Bro match on a 7-day notice just doesn't. It feels lazy and it feels like you're just trying to do it just to one up the competition.
Well, we know that's what WWE is good for.
Facts. Yeah, I don't know. I feel I feel like this tournament came out of nowhere. I feel like Roman needs to step right into AAA, man. Let's get that Roman Reigns Mr. Iguana match popping, dog. Let's get that rocking.
I'm interested to see the reception for Roman. You know what I mean? Like, again, like I don't like
versus Mr. Iguana.
Just for the final, because the final is going to be in Mexico City, right?
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see how, you know what I mean, how that Mexico City crowd. I don't know if I've ever seen.
Are we going to continuously dance around this, or are we going to get into it?
Let's get into it.
What we getting into?
On SmackDown.
Oh,
it was an exchange of words.
Yeah, man.
Between Kevin Owens and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. You guys have the floor.
Lo, talk to us, man. You was there and live in the building, man.
All right, so as it were, you know, it's Friday night, early August, South Philadelphia. Let's do it again. And I'm real quick. I'm getting the echo again. I'm gonna see if I can lose it. I'm gonna exit and come right back up.
You know what this is?
I was about to say, damn.
You know what this is? This is fucking Danhausen, right? This is
curse.
This is a curse. Curse shit. That's
microphone. If it enters again, fuck it. We're just going. We're just gonna roll with it. But however, our boy comes out. Lo and behold, our boy. You know what I mean? He wants some smoke with Randy. And we all knew what was afoot. We all knew what was taking place. We all knew who we was waiting on. We all knew what conversation we was waiting on. But I'm kind of glad we got some small talk a little bit first between those two. Those two are very funny, Cody and Punk, man. Two just hilarious guys. However, got that small talk out of the way.
I enjoyed their banter.
Right. Heard that guitar, you know what I mean, after Cody presented Punk with the ring and, you know, to the South Philadelphia crowd. Y'all see he did it again. He did something twice. Y'all heard me on this podcast before.
This is what I was waiting for.
Y'all have heard me. What are we doing? Like, everybody knows I'm a CM Punk fan. Everybody knows I was at, you know, he lost, right? That was right before the SummerSlam against Jeff. Everybody knows I was at Night of Champions 2009 on my birthday. You know, he wore green that night, if I'm not mistaken. This time around, the Best in the World shirts is featured with the Eagles colors. Why does he insist on always, like, why is that a thing? Like, why? Like, and it's not, and it doesn't happen. I mean, I guess it's among the older generations, but there's gentlemen by the name of Philip, what have you, who go by Philly. So, okay, so that was the first thing. So it's like, are we surprised? No. All right, cool. Phil is the best in the world. Great. Can't do a moonsault, but Phil is the best in the world. Let's do it, right? So, and granted, it was a very theatrical part of the match. I love the attempt. It was just like the Brock shooting star. It was all of those things. It best in the world. Great. All right, cool. So, you know, our beloved, you know what I mean, Kevin Owens returns. We, you know what I mean, he back in the city. Granted, when these people enter the city, you know what I mean, and granted, you know, there was a conversation between Sammy and Kev later on. But when we see we love seeing our people back. And that's the great part about the E being in town. I think for us Philadelphians, the greatest part about the E being back in town is that those talents who were able to make it to that level and be a part of that traveling circus, you know what I mean, as it were, it's just great to see them. It's great to, but it's just one guy who is just like, especially, I mean, the first go around, the first WWE stint, like we was eating that a guy like Phil was walking around with the chip for like a year and some change. Like it was great. But then you get like Kev, you know what I mean? First match against Cena, You know what I mean? We get the high spots with Sammy and NXT, like, and just the different guys that we seen down Basketball City, that we seen down at the Armory, you know what I mean, that we seen down at 2300 various summers. So that's the coolest part. But when Kev's music hit, it was like a reminder of a few things, like, yo, like, we haven't seen these guys in this forum like this necessarily. And now Punk is coming back with all of the baggage that he knows, that we know he's coming back with. Kev has been on injury. So that's that. So it's just like, we got all of this PWG stuff. We got all of this ROH stuff. Like, certain, and again, Philly is still a casual Mark city. But for like Marks who like really in the trenches, it's like we was realizing what was really getting ready to take place in the conversation that we probably knew we wanted to hear, and the subsequent conversations we're going to hear in the next few weeks. So, and as y'all saw in the chat, like those few minutes where they was just like talking, and then we all saw Nick and them come down, we like, all right, what's going on? Is this segment going to go off without a hitch or what? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to do this like for real, like really treat this like a segment, or like, are we really going to like really get really personal and negative, right? I thought they both did a really good job at establishing certain things within reality, but also like keeping it within the confines of a wrestling segment between two adversaries, right? And so again, for me in this conversation, and y'all heard me on this podcast before, man's wearing a very similar shirt. He did it again. Why are you bringing up his family? Because that's all you got? Like that. So that's just my thing. It's like when he be seeing, if this was battle rap, CM Punk is like Charlie Clips. Okay.
He's Drake.
The reason that was a run that Charlie Clips went on, an immaculate run in the beginning of a certain blog era, wherever we were around, Summer Madness 4 and all of that stuff. But like more recently, like I guess we can call it like the second stint, second stint Charlie, or like he like is just like a losing streak. So as far as promos go, and Punk has had some amazing solos since he's been back, some amazing solos, and he's gotten at a few people, one-on-one. But when he's in there with a certain somebody, and when they really like talking to him, he just can't help but to say something about your family. And I'm just trying to figure out why that is. Yes, Scott, please.
I'm going to say something that can be constituted as controversial. That can constitute maybe an argument or two. Niggas might even jump me. I don't know. 2026 Phil Brooks is the most overrated promo in professional wrestling. I will even go as far as to say, since Phil Brooks has come back to professional wrestling since 2021, he has been at the top of the most overrated promos in pro wrestling. And I was talking, I see D's face. I know D about to cook. I know D about to cook, but I just want to say this. If you look at Phil's battle record, right? Just like Lo said, battle record, right? His record is not high, right? He has a good ability to bar up people that don't match him on the mic like that, and that's few and far between, right? But if you look at guys that he's going against that have the same, like Lo's saying, that same energy, that guys that he came up with, Phil kind of resorts, like Lo's saying, back to like he has to say something, right? He has to say something that I guess hits the jugular, right? For example, the thing about Kevin Owens and the weight thing. I get what he was saying. I 100% get what he was saying. It won't necessary, right? Now, it would make sense if this was AEW, because that's more of a crowd that would get the exact problems that Punk and Kevin Owens have, right? For those that don't know, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. A whole thing about a t-shirt, you know what I mean, is the catalyst of Kevin Owens and CM Punk having a beef back in Ring of Honor when Kevin Owens was just coming up in Ring of Honor. Punk was kind of on his way out. Kevin Owens traditionally has worn a t-shirt, but it's something about to do with Kevin Owens, his weight, all that good stuff, right? To a crowd like WWE, they don't care about that, right? You just see, oh, Punk's just making a fat joke, right? Everybody, look what he did with Eddie Kingston, right? Trying to make a joke about the way Eddie looked, right? Eddie barred him up. Mox barred him up. MJF barred him up. Sammy barred him up. The only person I can say he's gotten the better of is Seth. That's the only person I can say Phil has gotten the better of since his return. Is Seth. Joe barred him up. I'm talking about Roman, not Samoa.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Seen that too.
I'll even make yo,
We gonna lie now. Like, we're lying now.
We're not, bro.
No, we are because it went from I hate you to ha you're old. No, he didn't. We're lying now.
That first promo after the Rumble.
It's about the Philly one.
Yeah, the Roman absolutely.
That's why he got at his pop, because he was fucking that nigga up. I'm sorry, D. I love Phil. That's my nigga. I listen. He was fucking that nigga up in the town, bro. I'm sorry. He was. When they went to Indy, yeah. But in the town, that's why he brought up his pop. Because
he brought up his pops because he said, I'm gonna put you in the ground. He's like, okay, I'm gonna put you in the ground next to your pops.
He was barring that nigga up, bro. Go back and watch the Philly drum.
No,
he was fucking Phil up.
Nah, he wasn't. He was like, come back here, young boy.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I was in building for both. The way that shit felt and the look on that man's face in the building on the screen, we going
back to battle rap. In the building versus on cam.
Difference is they not rapping. They not flowing. They just talking to each other, D. It's a little see, that's the thing. It's a little different with actual rap. Yeah, I'm comparing it to that, but false equivalency a little bit. He was fucking that nigga up. Just like how Kev was fucking that nigga up and he had to, yeah. Let's go back and watch it.
This is what I wanted.
He might not have been fucking him up to you, but to the man he was talking to his soul.
No, he wasn't. Look at Roman's face after that promo. Roman was hot after that promo. The only Punk got hot after the old shit. That's when he got hot. Let's go back and watch Roman's face after that promo.
Look at Punk face. That's who face we need to be talking about.
Let's go, bro. Yeah. As a fan,
mm-hmm.
Look at Roman's face after that promo.
Two things. I'll cut the YouTube feed on. We go straight to Twitter. I'll pull the promo up. Right. Let's ask Nolo. He
can't take no digs. That's what I'm getting at. Punk. It's like a nigga with a weak chin in boxing. He can't take no digs, bro. Because he thinks he's that much of the shit. That's the whole point of what Kev was saying on Friday. The nigga is a narcissist. He is a sociopath. And I think sociopath is a little bit much. But yo, he in the wrestling world, bro, that's a walking narcissist. He think he can't do no wrong. And when a nigga telling you the truth, it's you talking to his soul, and he know it.
Saying CM Punk is a narcissist when he had a feud with Roman Reigns is crazy.
You're mixing up Roman Reigns' character with Phil Brooks' actual wrestling acumen.
No.
Let's do that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You mixing up the character of Roman Reigns.
No.
I ain't think so.
Here's why.
I ain't think so.
We gotta go move on. Because here's why. This is why I made notes. I have notes.
Let's do it.
99% of the draw when it comes to CM Punk is the people that he feuds with. There's been a history with them. So that is low-hanging fruit for every single body, so much to the point that people are convinced that when these promos take place, that's still them speaking from that place. even though they lean so much into it, that us as wrestling fans, the small wrestling fans that we are, there's no way that we can't look at that Drew McIntyre promo and go, oh yeah, they fuck with each other. Same thing with the Roman promo. Like, oh yeah, they fuck with each other. So yeah, it's cool in theory for everybody to be like, yeah, Punk, you're a dick. All the while, everybody is more than happy to work with this nigga. So I get the narrative is cool when they come.
It's Punk. Yeah, they gonna work with him.
No, these niggas love Punk. Let's not lie. These niggas are happy that he's back. They love him. They love CM Punk. Again, that's the narrative. It's good. So to your point about the dig at the dig about Kevin and his weight, that works here specifically because of fans like us who know the history between them, and that's why it works because Kev and Punk, they think alike. That's why this is going to be such a great feud because they think alike. They know that they're smart fans who are familiar with their history, literally and figuratively, in ROH, who will get that dig. So that's why I feel like this works. Because everybody else that Punk has had issues with, it feels like wrestling. And that's why I like that they didn't go to the extremes that people thought that they were going to go through in this first promo. Because there is real tension there in a sense where you're kind of thinking, everybody else, it felt like wrestling because everybody has been on record in one capacity or another, from Roman to Seth to Drew, saying, yeah, Punk could come back. I would love to work with Punk. But then when the actual idea of Punk coming back and he did show up, that's when everybody had to turn it on. Like, okay, I fucking hate him. I never liked him. Like, bruh, we can roll the tape back. All y'all niggas love him.
I think it's a such thing as nuance, though, in pro wrestling still. I still think it's a such thing as nuance where you can realize that a talent like this, a monumental name like this, coming back into your company, but using that opportunity to put certain things over that was never given a chance because y'all haven't had that conversation yet. So in the case of Kevin Owens and CM Punk, I believe he has a lot to get off his chest right now. I don't think that Kevin Owens is the most in love superstar with CM Punk being back. I don't believe that. I get it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and it's great. And even
but we don't know that though. Like I said, it is good television, is good drama. That's the reason why we're having this conversation. We can speculate that. We don't know that. Again, right. that makes for very, 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 very
knowing and belief is two different things. I hear you, my brother. I'm saying I don't believe it personally.
Okay, cool. We don't believe that, but I think that's the narrative though.
The most people, in love. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people just flat out just say like, oh, everybody that Punk works with that had issues with him, they don't fucking like him. And I feel like
that wasn't my point though. I said they be getting at that nigga in the ring. I don't know about that other conversation. So that wasn't my argument. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just to be clear. That might have been an argument like on the TL or something, but that definitely wasn't my standpoint.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Fair. But
so yeah, I mean
fair. So the logic is with a lot of people to that point is that I believe if you didn't have the shirt on, bruh, I'm very objective. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing the shirt or not.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm going to put you on pause real quick.
I got my CM Punk shirts and other women shit too. Listen, we all own them.
Yeah, but I'm a Kevin Owens fan, but I just don't like the narrative that anybody that Punk has had issues with, that he's now working with, everybody is like sucking their teeth like, I'm just only getting through this because, I'm being a professional. No, they fuck with him. Like, they might not be best friends, but you can't sit here and say that one capacity or another, them as professionals are looking at him and saying like, look, we had shit, we could get through this, but like other than that, we straight.
Let me just say.
The battle rap niggas, they fuck with each other and they be getting at each other in bars. That's all I'm at with it. I'm in the, and I get a whole lot of conversations with this, but that people like to over exaggerate things on the internet every day. And quite honestly, I haven't really been taking part in much of that. You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to dig more into, this microphone. But at the end of the day, when we're looking at the entertainment and when we're looking at the two men who in the ring talking to each other for what the confines of that is, I thought homie was losing those battles. And that's why he took that route in the conversation.
Oh, Kev Ball.
As far as the extra shit, yeah.
Kev Ball the fuck up. I'm not.
That's all I was saying.
With the Roman shit, like again, and I watched that Roman promo. Roman was sick after that shit, and then that's when it was like, haha, you're old, and that's when that shit started to get the Punk. I feel like that's when things started to kind of like turn as far as like the narrative.
Yeah, that was the indie one. Yeah. Because as soon as he said the shit about his pop, he left.
Yeah,
in Philly.
That's when he was
talking about that one. Yeah.
That one. Yeah, but other than that,
because he hit Roman and then he dipped. After he said the old shit, he struck him. Yeah.
That was the one that got him. And to your point, there are instances where, well, to Scott's point, there are people who are of a certain ilk. When they have conversations with Punk, you can tell that they are of a certain ilk, and that's why it works. So, for instance, fucking Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, MJF. Even though MJF isn't from that era, he's obviously a student of the game, so that's why it works. Eddie Kingston, like it's certain people that when Punk gets opposite of that real life tension or what we believe to be real life tension, it does work, and that's why. To this point, the Kevin Owens shit is gonna work probably better. I will say this: this feels like Kevin Owens this feud with Kevin Owens is gonna be the true test of how good CM Punk has been since he came back to WWE.
I'm not gonna agree with that. Absolutely.
And I say that because it offers the opportunity for Punk to finally be evenly matched across the board with somebody. Like, somebody who's good on promos, somebody who understands the psychology of wrestling from the same sort of standpoint and viewpoint that Punk does. And bullshit moonsault aside,
I'm being messy too though when I say that. I'm working.
Nah, that moonsault was fucking horrible.
Would you have tried it?
You miss 99% of the shots that you don't take.
Yeah.
Bullshit moonsault aside,
it was interesting for the story.
Punk has been probably one of the better consistent wrestlers since he returns. And this match with Kevin Owens is probably going to be the litmus test to see how good that feud, how good his return has been across the board. This is probably going to be the final notch that if Punk decided to retire tomorrow, after all of this, he'd be straight.
Yeah, the Roman Punk, the Roman Punk, that's that shit at Mania. That saved Mania.
Bruh, again, I will die on that hill. Probably one of the best Mania main events of all time, and definitely one of the best WWE matches this year.
Yeah, and it was really refreshing because we saw what we got at 40, 41, the triple Mania triple threats. I'm not that big of a fan of unless it's Rhea Ripley,
Bianca,
you see what I'm saying? Like, it was such to your point, it was just such a breath of fresh air again for a Mania main event. So, yeah, and SummerSlam too, not for nothing.
So the title match, according to Kevin Owens, is taking place August 21st.
Yep.
So we have enough time for them to do what they need to do as far as like the promos and stuff like that. But I think that the match itself is definitely going to be the test of. I don't think this is the one and done. I don't think that you could just have one match between them and just let it go. I think this has to be a trilogy.
Or we need that rubber. We need that rubber, man.
And this is one of those situations where, like, I don't mind if there's like a hot potato between the title.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, man. Is this what it's like when me and D-Mac argue?
Some little bit, maybe.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, well, being on the outside of that, yeah.
I was just sitting there looking out like, this is entertaining. I'm loving all of this.
Good, bro. Good shit, man. I'm just like, because for me, it's almost like I think back to, I'm seeing the conversation in the chat, man. I think back to, you heard me at the beginning of the episode. I think back to the Jungle Boy stuff. I think about a lot of that stuff, some of the Hangman stuff, and I'm like, why he kind of enter into their company like that? Like niggas not for nothing. I know that people got expertise but niggas not Killer Kowalski. You know what I mean? Like niggas ain't trained the whole industry. Like, come on, Phil. You know what I mean? I just think that sometimes he gotta take his foot off. And not for nothing. Back during the first Summer Punk, when H was just getting his feet wet as a suit, he said something to that boy backstage. It was good. He said something to that boy that stands out. Like, you that boy, like, and I know what it's like because I'm short myself. So you that boy, you short, you do this and that to the third, you holier than thou. You know what I mean? Referring to the Jeff Hardy stuff. Like, and you put a little bit too much stock into your own hype. So when I think back to the AEW stuff, I'm just like, yeah, like what was the chip on his shoulder in their company so much?
I would say that when it comes to the AEW stuff, for every Hangman and Jack Perry, there was a Powerhouse Hobbs, a Ricky Starks, or a Jay Cargill who said that Punk was the most approachable person that sat down and went through him with. I think it's just based off of what you want to hear and who you want to hear it from.
But it seemed like it's from people who he got history with. Powerhouse Hobbs, Jay Cargill, all of them people, they young bulls to him. Why are your contemporaries so fed up with you? That's what I'm saying. And a couple of other younger people too, who you're saying that, yeah, like, and then calling them dumb after the fact, like Hangman, like a doofus like Hangman. Like, is he working then? Or is like what's the deal with that?
The Hangman shit, like, and this is what I said, like, had it been the situation reversed, people would have said that Punk was unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
If CM Punk would have took a liberty in a promo and said, you know, and went off cuff and shot at Hangman over some shit, people would have said that CM Punk was unprofessional. But since people don't like Punk, it was Punk was being a bitch.
Also, was Collision made specifically for him to be on to be away from the other people?
Yeah and no. Yeah and no. Tony.
Which one?
Yeah and no, because Tony created Collision to have Punk away from everybody else, but at the time Punk was like, "Yo, just let me go."
Like, let me go, like leave your company?
Yeah, he's like, "Just let me go,
fire me."
And Tony,
pretty much.
Tony was like, "No. Well, here's Collision."
Mm.
And then the Jack Perry shit happened.
I don't know, man. I just feel like as much shit as you talked about this other company, you acting like, so as much shit as he talked about, like, yeah, y'all had me in the ring wrestling, I shitted on myself and all this shit. You came in AEW with the attitude that you supposed to have with them, and then you come back to the E and it's all smiles with H. I don't know. Y'all tell me, am I bugging? Am I bugging that hard?
Again, this is gonna sound. Remove my fandom.
Because mine is over there. Yeah.
Remove my fandom.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's very disingenuous. Not saying you in particular, bro. But
yeah.
I think it's very disingenuous when people say you talk so much shit about this person and now y'all cool again.
I'm talking about the energy though.
That's life. That's literally life, bro.
Cause he called Paul a doofus too, but it's like, where doofus energy at? You got doofus energy for young bull. It just seems a little. It seems a little misplaced, and that's just my critique of his professional situation. I'm not there, but just from the outside looking in, that's just what it appears to be. But, and I don't know if others have voiced those similar opinions.
And that's kind of like my thing too. Like, we can sit and speculate, but at the end of the day, we don't know. I just go based off of like how his relationships flow with people right now.
Your man sued you. I don't know. I don't know. You saying I got a bank account with my mom and all that. If I was locked in with you for like 20 years, you tell people I got a bank account with my mom, I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. That's just me though. That's just me. Like, why are you putting up my family business? Why are you talking about my family? So a reoccurring theme. Are we catching the pattern? I don't know. So that's I don't know.
This is great. Y'all have given me so much joy. Over
I just don't know if I'm bugging or not, bro. Like, talking about my man, mom, my man, his wife, his kid. I'm gonna give you a ticket to the show. It's just a funny little Punk thing since he a face. I just think it's interesting.
I mean,
or supposed to be one. The people that said my name for 10 years. He like mixing it in. You know what I mean? He like dipping in and out. It's dope.
Funny enough. In the promo, I don't know if anybody caught it. He said, "No, brother, that doesn't work for me."
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely did.
So he hears it. He definitely hears it. But I say all that to say, I know people have issues with Punk. Completely understandable. I even said if the way the story went down between him and Jack Perry, and you can look this tweet up, I was like, if what he did actually happened, the way that people said that it happened, then yeah, he got to go. Like, and this is somebody who's still a Hangman fan. There's somebody who's still a Jack Perry fan. Never stopped liking the Elite. Like, all the people that are his quote unquote ops, I still love as wrestlers.
Facts.
So it's not. So I just go based off of the fact that if he is so fucking bad, for every one person that says he's fucking terrible, how come you have about 5 or 6 that says he's great?
To them, I think it's different experiences with everybody. It's never going to be the same conversation. It's never going to be 100% he's great.
And that's life.
Especially in the wrestling business.
Yeah, that's life, and that's pretty much like the situation with everyone. And again, I feel like sometimes it's like very disingenuous to say that sometimes about a particular person that we don't personally know. You know, if it was like across the board, like, yo, he's a piece of shit, and like that's like the reoccurring theme throughout the course of like everybody that you speak to, then yeah, like I'm a huge advocate where there's smoke, there's fire. But when there's like, I don't want to say conflicting, they're just based off of like everybody's personal experience, then yeah, like RVD, one of my favorite wrestlers, he had a Punk story where he was like, you know, oh, I'm the locker room leader, and RVD is like, yeah, okay, like so like a situation like that, like I have no reason to believe that RVD's lying. So it's not so much that I don't believe like any negative thing that's ever been said about CM Punk. I just feel like when the overall narrative sort of gets shifted to the point that everything that is negative that's said about him is the truth, but the moment something positive comes up, all of a sudden it's, you know, all of these other things that might not necessarily be true. It's like we need to be like just more open-minded about the idea that we don't know these people at the end of the day, and we can only go by what we hear and just use our own judgment.
Here's where I am. Yeah, I'm with you, because I think this conversation comes to the same when it comes to rappers, different artists. Here's where I am, and I think, you know, these are like my little closing arguments. I think that there's like a resounding conversation that takes place about certain people that's like might be a bit dipped in disingenuity. But also I think there is like reality still like exists. And so because like I can only speak for Lorenzo. Just because Lorenzo doesn't know X, Y, and Z, like I may not know Punk personally. I might like, and like how would I, right? Because I'm not in his walk of life. You're not from my hood. Like I'm born in 92. That nigga born in the 70s. Like it's so many like variables. That's like, so it's like, okay, of course I don't know him, but like, and I'm not comparing it, but like Hulk Hogan said, nigga, I don't know him neither. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that like what CM Punk did was on a level of that. Here's where I am with that. I never, you know, it's about a certain critique of like your behavior. Yeah, nigga. RVD say I'm the locker room leader. Yeah, I'm the locker room leader, and you go like that's that. Cause like that's what it is. That's like the chain of command here. And if one were to go against that, that's kind of being
no. The conversation was that Punk came to RVD and said that about himself.
Okay.
Yeah, and RVD was kind of just like, calm down. Like, not saying that he's the locker room leader, like he had seniority, but like, yo, like it's not that serious. Like,
right.
It was to the extent that basically what RVD was saying, that he felt like Punk took himself a little bit too seriously, which is the critique that I hear very, very often.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I stand corrected. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes more sense. But
yeah.
But see, that's the thing. But that kind of proves, that kind of, in a sense, like kind of proves my point a bit, is that I think that with certain people, he's kind of done things that's been kind of like out of school sometimes. Or certain things that might have been a bit like, I don't know, like over the line. I mean, we have the conversation about how like the pipe bomb was like not everything we, you know what I mean? Like it was exaggerated to the point where it was like, okay, we thought it was something, but certain conversations was already had with Vince and them back in Gorilla. All right, cool. But like certain other just like behaviors don't necessarily have to do with like wins and losses in a wrestling match. Really just like petty shit. That's what I think most people are getting at. It's like, no, we don't know him, but like if something is reported to be something, and it's not to call him like the worst person in the world, but I think a small critique of one's behavior or like a nuanced view of like what would have been better or how that person should have better conducted themselves. I don't think I don't think it's necessary that we follow up and call him a piece of shit. Kevin Owens might in the ring to kind of like put a little sazon on a feud, but I think when certain people start using that language on the internet and things like that, it could probably feel a bit unsavory. It's like, well, damn, like you going ham over the fact that like this situation happened in X, Y, and Z. Like I said, for me, this conversation started in the confines of those men being in the ring. And I think that other things kind of came into play or might have reminded us of that conversation. But I think that a very small to medium critique of their behavior, I don't think is the worst thing in the world, and I don't think it's impossible to do because we don't know them personally. Does that make sense?
No, 100%. And again, we on the same page. All the other shit was just entertainment for the sake of entertainment.
For sure.
But yeah, we definitely agree in that instance where like having a critique on somebody that we don't know is extremely fair because we can only go off of what we're presented. So this match and this feud is definitely going to be something that a lot of people are going to be tuned into because it's something that a lot of us wanted, and I feel like this is going to be something that I hope WWE takes notice of. And when it comes to booking feuds, not necessarily just with Punk, but like going forward, they have that sort of intention and that sort of belief that if you just let two people who have been doing this for a certain amount of time just go out there and just do it, then they can probably lead this company in a direction that it needs to go and kind of teach the younger talent like how to maneuver when it comes to a situation like this, as opposed to it just being a quote unquote sports entertainment show. We did it, guys. We did it.
Yeah, it felt fresh in the building. It felt fresh. It's like we never got this on this level. You know what I mean? Like, not for nothing, like they are his homies.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, good shit though, dude. You already
love
know,
you, bro.
You already know. Love you too, my boy.
You can find us at
I love this shit, man. I do. I just love this shit, man. I love y'all, man.
Nah, that was beautiful, man.
Hey, yo, can I just say one thing? This one. Because I love the conversation. The only thing that I want to compare him to, like from a sports parallel, is Terrell Owens. That's how I feel about CM Punk.
Yeah, you don't want me to speak no more, then I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. like nothing crazy. Like
sit up in the driveway, baby.
Yeah. Everything sweet for a little while. And then eventually T.O. isn't necessarily a problem. It's just that you have people who love T.O. and then people who don't. And then eventually they come together.
Yeah.
You have the tension.
What's next, boys? What's next?
Grand Slam Mexico. That was nasty of a TV show. I'm sorry. Like, that shit felt like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was a pay-per-view. Yeah.
10 matches, 10 tilts.
I didn't know Edge had that much motion in I was not anticipating Edge getting that type of reaction in Arena Mexico.
Yeah. Brother, at the moment anywhere internationally goes, they singing this song.
I tell you this, when Edge returned to the Rumble, was that Houston?
Yes.
Close. Yes. Very close. I don't know. But yeah, that was fire though.
What do you think about I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, Grand Slam Mexico is in parallel with like what's going on with All In. Do you feel the build to All In? Like, is it fit, like, doing what it needs to do for y'all? Do you feel the build to be stronger? Damn.
I mean, I like where we going. I feel like this week can do things. I feel like this week is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: does Kenny and Will feel like an important match to be the main event?
I'm interested.
Not right now.
I'm interested.
Nolo, what do you think, man?
I feel like they have a lot of time to catch up. Because at the moment, I'm not the most excited for it. But there's still time because this is like the beginning of August. What, they got like 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
They can ramp up and get me back into this. I mean, it's not like I'm gone, but I'm still watching this shit. Just not as excited. Hey, look.
Grand Slam Mexico.
nigga heard Mexico and showed up. That shit is hilarious.
Yo,
Man, they doing the same thing. I can't hear y'all now, man.
You might have to. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, he gone.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back.
Oh, everybody gone.
Oh, hey man, it's us.
Hey, what's up?
No, I mean, like I have no doubt Will and Kenny are gonna have a phenomenal match. I feel like they will get. I don't think they'll get to the Forbidden Door match, and I don't think they'll get to the Wrestle Kingdom match. But I feel like it's gonna be a different type of match. I feel like they're gonna lean more into their dramatics. Like it's Will in Wembley. Can Will get the title? Can Kenny get that last great match going? But I feel story-wise, they just not. You mean like Gerard said, the promo they had the week before was tremendous, but that's not enough, right? That's not a.
I hear y'all.
I think in the case of Ospreay, you don't need much to tell that. Just because like the AEW fan base with their history, and this is definitely one of the matches where it's like the match itself and the story. So that's why I have the face of like it doesn't feel as sharp as everything else, even though it's the main event. But that can change again. We have a whole bunch of time right now, so it may change. But for right now, I feel like that main event. I feel like the main event is Mercedes and Willow right now. That's how I feel.
You do feel bigger.
Where's Tekla been at? She hurt?
Yeah, that's a good question. Ever since she lost, she slid off. I mean, hopefully everything cool, but
see, TK
Instagram. My Instagram crazy too.
He has a really bad habit of doing that, where like it's like somebody loses the title, and then they just disappear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I do feel that like I really thought I mean, it's not too late for Tekla can be. Do you think they add her to the match now?
I don't know.
Because it's a roll of the dice, right? You know what I mean? Like they only 21 days out. So if you add Tekla, it would have to be done this Wednesday.
Yeah, we got to get it. That's what I'm saying. This week is a good opportunity to do a lot. Is it a 3-hour show or 2-hour show?
Just a regular 2.
Yeah,
we're probably about 2.5.
Yeah,
because it feels the bulk of what we're about to see on television for the next couple of weeks is dedicated to the Continental Cup.
Yeah,
which I'm happy for. Like I mean, the match wise, like, and like we can talk about like the participants and everything, but even then, like you don't want to sacrifice. Like this is an important show. Like I feel like there's a lot riding on this show, right? Especially with the momentum that they're going on. Like they can't let their foot off the gas, and I don't think they are. I just feel that you gotta rev the engine up even more now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this show in a vacuum was I feel like if you look at this show in a vacuum, independent of like All Out, even though there were certain things that I went through, sorry to All In happening, it was a good show. It's just that it felt like things that felt like it should go towards that's necessarily it. So we'll see. I do feel like you can't add Tekla because the whole idea of Mercedes winning is that the person who was the one-on-one shot. So that's why I added to it. because you make it a little bit but who knows?
Does is it a guarantee Mercedes wins at all in?
My things on her winning women's title. I've been saying this for like the last few weeks now. I feel like when she does win it, she probably should face. Just because like that, again, that's Shawn where like this is the one title that as long as she's been in AEW, she's been all over. This is the one title that's elusive. So when she wins it, I think that again, AEW fans send a little more. It's gonna be hard for her to be a heel, knowing everything that she sacrificed, literally and figuratively, to come to AEW, to go around the world, to be this ambassador for women's wrestling. I don't think there's a way that you have her win and people be mad. You know what I'm saying? Even if she is a heel. So I think you could let Willow win, and maybe somewhere down the line, I don't know, triple threat, if Willow loses it to somebody else, then maybe you can get her to get it back, through that other person that Willow loses to, and then that's when you have that, moment of her being, the celebrated baby face who took a gamble on herself, who put women's wrestling on her back, and now she has the richest prize in wrestling, from a standpoint of being a woman's wrestler and a trailblazer. That's just I wouldn't even say, my want. Like, I feel like that would probably make for a better story than just her ending a relatively short title reign, at the expense of Willow, who deserves it in her own right. So yeah, that's just how I feel about her potentially winning.
So apparently the echo is really bad. So we're gonna finish out with one more topic, then we're gonna get up out of here, right?
Yeah, I think if everybody mute while the one person, I think we might be good then.
Well, yeah, we'll next week we'll rendezvous. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because we there now. We basically
we read it. This has been a phenomenal episode. It's just we got cursed by Danhausen or something. The last point of topic we got to talk about is the last little bit of arguing that's been taking place on the timeline. And that, Gerard hit it perfectly. A phenomenal topic, right? Now, I have some tweets that I'm going to read, right? Let's see. Let's pull it up. Hold on. Facts. But it's all good. Like I said, we cooked tonight. So Natty did an interview. I don't know who she did the interview with. I believe it was with the Wrestling Classic. And she was talking about Avery Styles. And she was pretty much just, talking about how, like, she was giving praise to the match between Avery Styles and Marcus Matters, which, if you haven't seen, is on YouTube. Phenomenal match. No pun intended. But the conversation was about Avery Styles paying, like, he wants to pay his dues in the wrestling business. Avery Styles being the son of AJ Styles. And I think he's only had, up to this point, this was either his fourth or his fifth match, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a real young bull in the business, real extremely young, right? And this takes place, I believe, at a co-promoted show between GCW and Art Cannon's promotion. Art Cannon, for those that don't know, a indie veteran to the T. Like, literally, if you look up indie veteran, you're gonna see Art Cannon up there. You know what I mean? No coincidence that I believe it was the 2024 Ted Petty Invitational. He wrestled AJ Styles. That's how long he's been in the game. He's absolutely in that camp, right? Midwest legend, absolutely. So yesterday, he gets on Twitter and he says, as somebody who watched this kid skirt away, talking about Avery Styles, who watched this kid skirt away from helping with a single thing at this very show, I just like to say LOFNL. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever, right? Cool. Probably not even thinking Avery Styles pops be online because AJ ain't got nothing else to do. AJ played the game. He does his podcast. He just be up there, right? So AJ responds and he said speaking of his son, Avery, was paid to wrestle at GCW, not help you put up and take down the ring. That sounds like your job. You just sound like a jealous douche. Ark responds back and says, I have all the respect in the world for you, AJ. I understand why you defend your son. It's admirable, but the fact remains he can stay AJ's kid, continue to skirt responsibility and paying his dues, or he can earn the respect of his peers and stand on his own as Avery. So AJ, and this is the last quote, you don't ask someone to have dinner at your house and have them do the dishes. He was asked to wrestle at GCW. Although grateful for the opportunity, a vet would have talked to him professionally and at least face to face. So it became a whole debate, right, about this whole thing about paying your dues, right? Time honored tradition. If you're a rookie in the business, you set up the ring, you shake the hands of the people in the locker room. You know what I mean? Like these traditions that have been for years. So then you go into the question about what is exactly paying your dues, right? The person to blame for all this is Natty. Let's just get that out of the way. If Natty hadn't made the quote, then we would have been fine. This wouldn't have even been a conversation, right? My thoughts on it, and then I'll tag in. Avery Styles is new to the game, right? This is not the 1980s. This is not the 1990s. This is not the 2000s. It's not the 2010s. It's the 2020s. That generation and I'm talking about Avery Styles' generation, has a different mindset than the kids that were coming up in Art Cannon's and his father's generation, right? Now, let's be 100% honest with this. If you look up the area that AJ Styles and his family is from, very privileged atmosphere in Georgia, right? They in that rich MAGA part. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's if I was a wrestling promoter and I saw AJ Styles' kid, I would not anticipate him putting up the ring, right? Nor do I ever anticipate that is a conversation that him and his father has had. I'm positive his dad has never made mention like you got to pay your dues, right? Clearly, right? When AJ retired earlier this year, you can foresee what the next steps were. His son is going to the PC at some point. If not in the next year, at least in the next two, right? Where if you've heard from majority of people, they have a whole different system down there. They might be putting up the ring. They learn how to do television production, not to put on a wrestling show, but television production at the forefront. GCW does not have that same luxury. They don't have a ring crew like WWE does, right? The thing that got me with this is that's going to be the norm. That's going to be the norm. That is going to be the norm for any old promoter. I'm not even saying who's right and who's wrong in this situation. I do think it's healthy for a young man to learn every aspect of the craft that he's doing, right? And you could be a Nepo baby and still learn your craft, right? Your dad can't hold your hand this entire journey, right? But I fully understand AJ wanting to stick up for his kid. Art Cannon's in the wrong for bringing the conversation to the timeline, right? And I do think it is, I do think it's funny that nobody probably said anything to Avery Styles in the moment, right? And I do believe there is a reason for that. I believe that there is a merit that nobody was going to say anything to him given who his dad is. So saying it on the timeline, you can create your own discord. You can make your own narrative. You can do all these things. But at the end of the day, Avery Styles is still going to the Performance Center. Avery Styles probably is leaning into like, yeah, we're gonna get these reps in, but we know where I want to go. My dad is AJ Styles. Like I might trail the George.
My dad built the house.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And look, you have, if you really look at it, you have several examples of this already, right? You got, look at Dominic Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio explicitly decided to not go with AEW off of the basis of his son was getting signed to WWE. So he wants to be invested in his son's progression in a company that he feels already established, the #1 wrestling company in the world. Dom was going to learn in the Performance Center. Zilla Fatu, right? And you know what I mean? That's a whole conversation in itself, right? Because Zilla's been on the indies, right? But don't forget, there was a problem with Zilla on the timeline at one point about his perceived attitude and telling people where he wants to go. Avery Styles is no different in this situation. He's what, 18, 19, something like that? Yeah. He's wrong in that sense. He's wrong because, like I said, he's a young man. He's not thinking like, oh, I should go put the ring up. I should go help. I don't believe the extent of what some people are saying, right? Because people do this thing for some reason in indie wrestling when like something happens, they take it very personal. You know what I mean? You would think somebody got shot with the way this dialogue has been happening, right? But what are y'all thoughts on this particular matter? You know what I mean? Who's right? Who's wrong? And do you think this hurts Avery Styles' chances when it comes to having respect from his peers in the industry?
I think I don't think there's necessarily a right and wrong in this scenario. It's a generational clash in a lot of ways. I do think the right and wrong aspect comes in when there are people who are having this conversation who never stepped foot in a professional wrestling ring. So when you have fans trying to dictate what constitute as respect, and that's literally just based off what they've heard other wrestlers qualify respect to be, then it's sort of taking on a life of its own, which, again, that conversation hit in the timeline created this discourse that probably we would have probably never known about, you know. So if you're AJ Styles' son, it's kind of like in the same vein of being Bronny in a lot of different ways. You know, you probably have a better understanding of professional wrestling than most people do, in the same way that Bronny has a better understanding of what basketball is, just given off of who your parents are. Like, you've been around it your whole entire life in one capacity or another, and you see it from a specific view that somebody who got into wrestling on their own, who wasn't shepherded by lineage, might see it. So you may have this, I guess, somewhat idealistic view of what professional wrestling is. Like, hey, this is something that my dad did. This is something I watched him do his whole entire life. I want to try it too. You have this access that most people don't have. And it's not wrong, because time and time again, not saying us here, but collective, you know, as wrestling fans, we like to demonize people who have access to professional wrestling in a way that most people probably don't. Like the fact that you can make a phone call in a way that most people probably couldn't make a phone call with the WWE, AEW, or whatever company, just based off of who you're related to. It can create some resentment. And with that, automatically, you're going to have people who feel like you're just not respecting the business because you were able to get there a whole lot quicker than most people felt like you probably should have. If anything, the expectation and the bar set a little bit higher, where even if you are doing everything that you're supposed to do more of it because of who your dad is, just to prove that you belong here. So you're supposed to set up the ring just because of who your dad is, and you should have a bit bigger and greater respect for the business because of who your dad is. You're supposed to stay after the show or sit and be present for every single match. Just do all of the things that you're probably not thinking is disrespectful. So I don't think it's a case of Avery being wrong, because I'm pretty sure it's just something he's not thinking about in that regard. And again, if that was the case, I'm pretty sure somebody would have said something to him, you know. But I just think the conversation just got out of hand, as most things do. And to that point, like, are we asking Sting Son if he sets up a ring? You know what I mean? Like, let's be for real. Like, if he is, cool, but if not, like, are you going to draw that same attention to anybody else's kid who you feel like isn't going back and shaking everybody's hand, or, like, you know, giving up his seat in the locker room when a vet comes in, or going to get, you know, vet water or coffee or whatever the case may be? Like, are those same standards in place for everybody who's the legacy of a known professional wrestler, or is this just depending on who your father is specifically? You know, like, if you're a mid-carder or lower to mid-carder's kid, like, are you held to that same standard as Avery is, or are you just doing that because of who Avery's father is?
I definitely feel, and this is where, like, if I was to blame anybody in this entire situation, Art Cannon been in the business for a long time. He's been in the business for a long time. I remember conversations about Art Cannon when I was on the Ring of Honor forums back in 2005, that IWA Mid-South. He's been around for a long time, right? Because I think he, in the past, has said something. I think he said something about Dom as well, when Dom was first coming up. As a vet, a conversation should have been had outside. At the end of the day, a conversation could have been easily, the next time you see Avery Styles, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know the conversation that took place in that locker room, so, you know what I mean? I'm not putting 100% blame on him, but instead of antagonizing the situation, it could have absolutely been a situation like, hey, youngin, let me talk to you real quick. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this is what you have to do, but these are, like, I don't know if your dad's told you, there's wrestling politics, right? Just off of your name, you have a target on your back, right? Because you have taken somebody's spot now. Like, somebody is not getting a booking because you're on the card, right? And that's no fault of you. That's no fault of your own. You know what I mean? It's no fault, but that's just the nature of the game, right? From video clips, all Avery Styles needs is just a little bit more seasoning. He's going to be good. He's going to be like, literally, pun intended, he's going to be a phenomenal talent. I don't even believe in this whole thing. I saw somebody said that he has to figure out to be his own man. No. Nigga, be AJ Styles, like, be AJ Styles' son. That's okay. You know what I mean? You will figure this thing out eventually, right? Because at the same token, another promotion that he worked at, Avery Styles, the promoter said, hey, everything was good on our end. He was friendly. He actually helped put up the ring. He was the promoter of this other promotion. He was like, I don't know where this conversation is coming from, because when he worked with us, he was there setting up the ring and everything like that. He was a friendly kid. Then now we go into the whole debate about, is there jealousy attached to this, right? We are entering a new generation of professional wrestlers where there are going to be, like, we're seeing kids, you know what I mean? Like more than usual, but we're seeing the sons and daughters of students or of wrestlers starting to make their way. And I'm pretty sure they have their own goals and expectations. Not everybody wants to trail the indies, right? It's the nature of the game. Like this is a new thing out here. Like some people just want to bypass all that. Might get a little couple of matches here or there, but either they want to go to WWE or they want to go to AEW. They want to be on TV. Yeah, I just feel like a conversation could have been had. And the whole thing, and this is a lot saying, I'll pass it low. This whole thing about AJ Styles, I saw somebody said AJ Styles should know, especially from the era that he came up in, what the importance is of paying your dues. And I look, AJ Styles has worked hard. Like, the man is generally considered top 10 greatest of all time, not of this generation. There's an argument AJ Styles is top 10 of all time. He didn't get that by just being not understanding his role in the business, right? And he's not the first parent to defend their child in a situation like this. And I'm pretty sure he wants to see his son be in WWE. I just think, once again, you can't criticize AJ Styles for something that you have no clue of what's going on. But Lo, finish it out, man. What are your thoughts?
No, I definitely think you outlined it perfectly. I just think this situation is just very reflective of just the time that we're in, and just like how I said, how simply, and also our brother, who I assume is Jay, from Marks with Mikes, shout outs, Cheech, all the boys, but and all the sisters as well. You know what I mean? But what I'm getting at with this is that, again, like y'all said, it didn't have to hit the timeline. I think there is like some resentment among someone like Art Cannon when the kid in question or in this situation is someone such as AJ Styles' son, who is a top 10, top 5 of all time talent. And if it's somebody, not for nothing, that's just a little bit less of a legend in the wrestling lore of it all, this probably doesn't come off as, we're probably not getting as negative, if you will. We're probably not getting as negative if this isn't AJ Styles' son. So I think it's some resentment on the part of Art Cannon when it comes to that. But yeah, definitely something that got a little bit out of hand. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is just also just like another class of the generations, but like the highest of the height. Well, not necessarily like, but like people who've put in like the most amount of time in this thing versus someone who, like, you know what I mean, is here due to a professional wrestler being married and like starting a family. And that person, that's that only person's connection to professional wrestling. That's another big part of the resentment, I think, on Art Cannon's part. But yeah, it's also interesting too, the folks that are saying like, AJ should know how. It's like, yeah, he does. Like, the man has wrestled thousands upon thousands of wrestling matches. I think he does, but I think at the same time, it's just like, what's going on right now, and what could we do? You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I think y'all laid out everything perfectly. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna be the first person to snuff Avery Styles in the ring?
Zilla Fatu.
Hey, bro, I can't wait.
Yeah, man. But no, he gonna be all right though. He gonna be all right. He might cut his teeth a little bit. Who knows? Pop up here or there. You know what I mean? We definitely probably not gonna see him pop up in no juggalo. But he gonna be around, man. Let's just, I wish him the best for sure. Said some over Joe.
Throw him to Noah. Put him on a Japanese version. Like,
hey, man. Little DDT action.
Yeah, man. Like, let him get like
some Gleet. No, he need to go to Gleet.
Oh man, him and El Lindemann. Come on, bro. That'd be tough.
Oh shit.
Chris Brooks. Yeah.
I love this game, man.
Well, look, gentlemen, let's get up out of here for the night. First of all, thank you to everybody that survived the echo. We are going to call this episode Microphone Check. We're going to tap in next week. Next week, you know what I mean? Like I said, this was a test. I always treat these episodes like not everything can be a winner, but the conversation was phenomenal. Like I said, I'm absolutely clipping the debate between D and Low. I thought it was probably one of the best debates we have had on this podcast. D, I hope you're sticking with us for the long haul. You know what I mean? We put you to the test there.
I'm just more in shock if you guys are happy back because.
Oh yeah, that ain't shit.
No, because
you are brother.
Again.
Yeah. That's just what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like for this to be my first show, like I don't want this to be
baptized by fire.
I don't want this to be the narrative. But
yeah,
to everybody watching, this is why I am part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
glad to hear that.
We have great chemistry. Like this wasn't even an argument necessarily. This is entertainment. This is what we do. This is why we do this thing. And I'm not just talking about podcasting, but this is why we love pro wrestling. And I'm doing this with my brothers.
Yeah.
Like, yes, hopefully, with me being here, we do have more moments like this, and not just from a standpoint of us like being contentious with one another. Because again, this wasn't even like, you know, something to like really have like a back and forth about. It's just, again, this is barbershop talk for us.
Yeah.
So if more moments like this come, where we're in a space where we're respecting each other and we're having love for each other, then I can only just think about how far we're gonna go now that I'm part of this.
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like D, bro. Like even like, you know, I love my New York smarts, man. That's one thing niggas know about me. Being from the town, they already know, man. Shout out to Almanac Show. Shout out my brothers, man. But like having somebody like D every Sunday, you know what I mean? Shout out Heartbreak, you know what I mean? I know, you know, we do Watch List, we do Clearview, you mean all those things, you know what I mean? But yes, this is golden for me, man. So I, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we do our fourth rope shit. You know what I mean? That's what we do, man. It's like talking about any other thing. The league. This is just like you said, Mark barbershop talk, bro. So glad to hear all of that, brother.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
So you can find me at Poetic Scotland on X. You can find me at somewhere on Instagram. You got to ask the missus for permission before you do all that. But please go follow me on those platforms. Go buy the books. Your Love is Necessary. Brother to the Night. Volumes 1 and 2, the finale, the final book, Honey and Holy Water, coming out 2027. We ended the poetry scene with a high note. But yes, please go follow the pod pages, BGW Pod, all across. Gentlemen, please tell people where to find.
You can find me everywhere at DASNT, TikTok, homie Deascent. Hit me up. Yeah.
Come on.
You already know what's going on, man. Locker Room Lead is fine. Low from the Lead. Low from the Lead on IG. Locker Room Lead on Twitch. Locker Room Lead on YouTube. BGW Pod everywhere, and that's for life. We back tomorrow with a Monday Night Raw post show right after. Live from Norfolk, Virginia. It's only right that the BGW boys give y'all a post show. That's an open invite to anybody. I mean, anybody wants to on the post show tomorrow. D, anybody, Nolo, slide back, whatever's going on. Chad, you already know what's going on. See who else going to be available. And yeah, man, let's hopefully get a good ass Raw tomorrow. Let's try to keep this up. Raw's a little fire on Monday, so let's try to, you know what I mean? Let's try to keep this momentum as we roll into the scope with the folk.
One thing about a Norfolk Scope show, it ain't never gonna be a miss. No matter what.
We need one. We need a stinger tomorrow. Yeah, man.
Oh, man, you already know. Love to Nolo, love to Chaz, love to D-Mac, you know what I mean? We are the home team, BGW, next week, 244. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tapping in with us. We are out. Peace out to my world.
And at the end of the day, let's get negative. Love y'all, boys. Love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
We out.